All of you can sit quiet for 30 seconds. Sit straight. Invoke your parents. Invoke the spiritual source, that which you trust and get connected to. Seek their blessings. Few blinks, you can open your eyes. Good. Okay. So today we have the International Yoga Day, right? All of us are aware of at least a couple of yogasanas and at least a couple of pranayama. And throughout the day, we will be bombarded with one event or other online. So you can feel free to participate. Okay. But asana and pranayama are mainly there to enable us and prepare, become fit so that we can sit and start our inner journey. Correct? It is something like throughout life you work, you slog. Why you do that? At some point you would like to withdraw from active life, sit back, relax, and enjoy the fortune that you have created for yourself. That's an ideal life, right? Similarly, we work out the entire life based on such logic. So if you are entering the path of yoga, ultimately at some point the goal of yoga is to ensure each of us realize the highest state, which is transcendence. If we follow the structured way as prescribed in the tradition systematically. And many of us have, as I said earlier, a reasonable repository of asana and pranayama. And this group also is there in the journey of understanding and practice of the fifth limb of yoga, which is pratyahara. And we are attempting to experience that through the process of yoga nidra. Am I right? So when you practice yoga nidra, initially we will feel that we are relaxed, and then we will experience the stress, and we also will understand how to manage it. And eventually the idea is to start manifesting a few desires which you think are defining who you are and your life. And we also saw a series of filters through which we can put through these desires and finally pick up a desire and make it as a resolve in Yoga Nidra. So this is the crux of what we do. Then what happens, there will be a level of confidence in us because we know some ways and means to achieve our desires. Then the quietening of mind will naturally happen. Because why the mind is always making some sounds in the name of thoughts is because there are a lot of unfinished work. The unfinished work could be a to-do list, just paying the electricity bill, to taking the child for some karate class or abacus class, or it could be anything, a pressing email from office. So a lot of unfinished work in the mind pushes us to get into the state of action, correct? So gradually, by understanding the priorities over a period of time, we will start allocating certain times for certain jobs. If you notice, our ancient Indian tradition had some things called non-negotiables and negotiables as part of daily life. These non-negotiables were called Nitya Karma Anushtana. Depending on whichever sampradaya, whichever family you belong to, there would be certain things which should happen continuously, whether you are in a job or not, whether your college is having an off or not. It could be as simple as lighting a lamp at a particular time, or like lighting lamp twice a day, or some of them will sit and meditate on a particular time of the day. Whether the job is lost, a business is started, irrespective of whatever is happening in the ephemeral world, there were some non-negotiables which were part of our life. So we have to trace down and figure out those non-negotiables which help us to be in touch with ourselves so that we can be available to others in a full manner. You got it? Then the negotiables are your job, many things which are subject to change. So when, as a country, many of us have moved out of this system, we have kept everything as dynamic in the name of going with the flow. And we already saw that going with the flow, the word is being largely misused. Our carelessness, our laziness also is bracketed under going with the flow. Okay, so we have to exercise the freedom and also understand we have a responsibility, correct? So in this way, one of the first things which all of us can do is to identify the set of non-negotiables which will be happening in our life on a day-to-day basis. Like how we take bath, we take breakfast, lunch, dinner, we brush the teeth, all those things are non-negotiables. Similar to that, we should have a set of practices which help us to be who we are and at least go closer to who we think we are. Okay. So one of such very efficacious practices is working with the mantra. You got it. Working with the mantra is figured out to be one of the best practices because my teacher has mentioned that his teacher said that sound is the soundest way of working with oneself. There the word sound is mantra. The second time when the word sound comes, it is like your sound financial decision.